everyone, Tina Gale here with my Scrappy Ideas, and today I have a layout that I've just pulled out a lot of pink papers. So the papers that you're seeing here are the Cocoa Vanilla Hello Lovely cut apart sheet, and I just cut some tags and banners. The background sheet is from the Chamel Lane line, her first one, and then I have some crepe paper Kiss Kiss and crepe paper confetti, as well as the Jelly Bean Soup red raspberry that I'm going to cut some pieces from. This kind of tan plaid paper was something from my stash. It's really, really old. It's really thin paper, but I couldn't find anything else in that tone that I wanted, and I was trying to keep with a color scheme from the CSI Challenge number 171, and so I'm just trying to do all pinks with just this little bit of tan and some gold. So I cut this shape, these circle shape with the hearts cut out it from my Cricut and the new Artistry cartridge from Close to My Heart. And then I just traced the hearts onto the different pieces of pattern paper that I had to back it. And I've went ahead and just adhered all the pieces to the back and stuck some washi tape down to make sure that it wasn't going to move. And then I'm going to ink everything with my Tim Holtz Vintage Photo ink. And I just have a couple of photos, and I've shrunk them down to where the two photos fit on one 4x6 and cut apart. And these are photos of myself and my daughter on vacation with our ice cream from Disney, and no vacation is complete until I've had my Mickey bar. She decided on a Dole pineapple ice cream bar this time and really loved it, and it's so funny because we haven't been able to find one again. So this whole layout is just all about ice cream, which is another one of the challenges from the CSI that you'll see here in a little bit. So I had the Chamel paper, and I just cut it down about really just a little less than ½ inch on two sides, and I'm going to back it onto craft cardstock. And then my digital cut file that's with this heart, I'm going to end up pop dotting that up. So for right now, I'm sitting here kind of looking, trying to decide what I wanted to do because, again, I started this and just turned the camera on and really had not planned anything on this layout other than the papers and the cut file and my photos. Other than that, I just really didn't know. I had pulled out some embellishments, but I didn't know how I wanted to place them on there, and I'm going to end up kind of doing a diagonal design. So everything's going to go from the top left down to the top right. And so I knew I needed some more layers behind the photos, and I had just this little strip of pink paper that was in my scrap pile that matched really well with the darker pinks that I was using, so I decided to kind of use that as a photo mat. Then I had this vellum paper with these gold dots that I just love, and I've just been cutting up little bitty pieces several different times to stretch it out as far as I can, and I decided to cut just a little banner shape that would go behind the photos and on top of that dark pink mat, just to kind of tone that mat down a little bit. And it would have been fine not toning it down or whatever because there's not that much showing. But I just wanted hints of that dark pink. And with that vellum on top, you can still really see the dark pink, and your eye registers that there's that dark pink. But yet it's not as dominant as the rest because I wanted to keep this layout pretty soft. Then I have these washi tape strips from the Simple Story Summer Vibe collection, and it had this pink and white diagonal stripe. And so I just dovetailed both ends of that, and I'm going to put it up underneath these little pieces that I cut apart from the Hello Lovely cut apart sheet, just to add some more layers to that embellishment up there. So I've gotten, let's see, that little pink tag is from the ephemera pack, and the lovely, I'm trying to remember, I think it's from the ephemera pack too, but that pink chevron is cut from the cut apart sheet, and I just cut it where it would stay with the arrow. And this love tag is from the cut apart sheet as well, and I just punched a hole in it and ran some darker kind of raspberry pink embroidery floss through it. And then instead of looping it through like I normally do, I decided to get some of this off-white twine that I have that's really thin, and then just tie a bow around the two raspberry strips just to pull that tan back into the design and give that tag just a little bit more texture and dimension. So I just thought it would just be a little bit more fun. And so now I'm going to start with my embellishments. And I have to honestly tell you, I spent quite a bit of time on this layout, moving things around and trying to figure out where I wanted things, because I really wanted to use this tag. And I wanted to use it where I have it right there. But every time I tried to put my title in, because I was trying to use that ice cream chipboard title because I didn't really know where else I would use it. We don't take a lot of pictures of eating ice cream. So I wanted to include it on this. And then I also had that cut apart that said sweet, and I wanted to tie it in, but yet everything was kind of feeling like, I don't know, it wasn't jiving too much with me. And so I played around with that ice cream title and moved it on top of each other. I tried to move it up at the top of the layout. And I ended up cutting quite a bit out of the video of me just playing. But I ended up deciding on where everything's at right now. So I added the sweet and the ice cream, and then I had these gold thickers that, let me see, what were they from? They're from Amy Tan's. They're called Grace, and they're foam gold thickers. And so it had on the list. And my kids always make fun of me on vacation because I have a list of things that I want to do, or a list that we're going to do each day. If we're at the parks, then, you know, the things that we want to try to hit. And they really give me a hard time about it. And it's not that I stick to it and we have to and we're real regimen, but I just like to have a general idea and a plan. Otherwise, we'll stand around there all day and go, what do you want to do? Well, I don't know. What do you want to do? And it just goes on and on and on, which drives me nuts. So I have lists, and ice cream is always on the list. No Disney vacation is complete without my ice cream. And I actually went twice last year and would get on the plane and then realize I never got my Mickey bar. And so this very last trip, I got my Mickey bar the minute we got onto Disney property, and my family they just had a good old time making fun of me, but it's like, I'm not leaving again without my Mickey bar. So that's where the title came from. It's the sweet ice cream on the list. Gotta have my ice cream. Okay, and so back to the layout. Then these little photo stickers, I love these clear photo overlay stickers, and these are from the Simple Story Summer Vibe. And I'm just putting them around in the hearts that were cut out. Just, you don't notice them that much. They're not like dominant or anything, but it's just that much little more detail, so that when you sit and you look at the layout, you just really get pulled in and you just look around at all the little things that are tied into it. And so everything had something to do with the story behind the ice cream. And then I added this gold bow. Is from the Hello Lovely collection too, and there's this package of these bows that's just absolutely gorgeous. And so I knew, since I had the gold and the title down below, I wanted to pull that gold up at the top, and so I added that bow up there. And I also kind of played around with the bow in different spots. And then I also pulled out some gold sequins and just scattered those around in a few places, as well as at the very, very end, I will pull out the Heidi Swapp Gold Color Shine and splatter it around kind of in the 3 spots that I'm kind of embellishing. And then I had these gold hearts that are from the thicker sheet, and I just keep pulling this around. I don't know why I had such a hard time deciding where things were going to go on this layout, but what I'm doing right here is kind of what I did on every single little thing on the layout as far as the title and all of that. I just picked and moved, but it's going to go off onto the tag because I'm going to journal just a little bit on the tag, not a whole lot, because there's other parts of this story in other areas of my album, so there wasn't, tons to write. So it's going to just get put off to the side of that tag in the end. And I'm thinking, and I'll add my date stamp that I always do. And I think that's pretty much it. Well, there's one other thing. When I got completely done, I realized that I had not put a hidden Mickey in. And so I went back and got some of the pink paper, punched my little Mickey head, inked it, and I'm going to tuck it up underneath the sweet title. So it's just going to go up in there. So you'll see that in the still shots, but I didn't film that because I didn't realize it until I was completely done, and that was it. So this is where I'm just going to mist. So I'll have still shots at the end, but this is also for the My Scraps and More, my Mix It Up challenge on the My Scraps and More forum. So be sure to hop on over there and play with us. We have great prizes each month, as well as I followed the CSI number 171 challenge. And yeah, I think that's about it. So stay tuned for the still shots. If you're not a subscriber, I would love to have you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And hop on over to my blog at tiggerscrapplace.blogspot.com, and I always have links to the products that I've used, as well as close-up photos and more information on the layouts and links to the My Scraps and More forum. And you can get all of the supplies and the papers and things that I used, embellishments, at the My Scraps and More store, and there'll be a discount code as well. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you real soon. Bye!